The Huawei P20 Pro has stolen the headlines recently for having the best smartphone camera available today. But what about the P20, Huawei's more affordable flagship? Sporting a dual Leica camera setup, which works in a similar way to the Pro, and has many of the capabilities that the Pro variant is famous for. So in this video, we're going to take a closer look at both of these camera systems and find out what the real differences are between them. Let's start at the front. They both have the same 24 megapixel selfie cam, which is a huge megapixel count for a front-facing camera, and in the case of the P20, has actually more megapixels than the rear-facing cameras. Staying on the front of the device, the P20 Pro has a slight advantage here due to its 6.1-inch OLED Full HD Plus display. This beautiful large display does a better job of showing off your photos than the P20. Although the P20's 5.8-inch IPS level LCD display isn't bad either, but we definitely have a brighter screen with deeper blacks and more vibrant colours on the P20 Pro. The most clear and obvious difference between these two phones is found on the back. One has 3 lenses and one has 2. On the back of the P20 Pro, there's a 40 megapixel RGB camera with a f1.8 lens, a 20 megapixel monochrome camera with a f1.6 lens, and an 8 megapixel telephoto with a f2.4 lens and optical image stabilization. The two cameras on the back of the P20 are a 12 megapixel RGB with a f1.8 lens and a 20 megapixel monochrome with a f1.6 lens. They both have a dual LED flash and outstanding autofocus capabilities, as well as being able to record 4K video at 30 frames per second. But what makes these cameras special is that every time you take a photo, all of the sensors work together. Pixel information captured by the cameras is combined to give you the final image. So the default setting with the P20 Pro, for example, is 10 megapixels, even though there's a 40 megapixel camera on board. But all the detail captured by the 40 megapixel camera is combined with the data from the other sensors and downscaled to give you the best possible 10 megapixel image it can. But if you prefer, you can still shoot at 40 megapixels and retain all that detail. The same is true for the P20. Even though the 20 megapixel sensor is a monochrome sensor, you can still shoot color photos at 20 megapixels. It's also using the information captured by the other sensor. The results are breathtaking, whether it's the P20 or the P20 Pro. But having twice the megapixel count and one more camera sensor to collect even more data, the pictures on the P20 Pro are just outstanding, whether you're shooting at 40 megapixels or 10 megapixels or even with the 8 megapixel telephoto lens. The telephoto lens on the P20 Pro gives it a 3 times optical zoom, while the P20 has a 2 times optical zoom. But the two cameras use their telephoto lenses in different ways. On the P20 Pro, it's used to give you extra reach, to get you closer to something that's far away. But on the P20, it's used to achieve incredible macro-type close-up shots. Move the P20 very close to something, and it will switch to its 2 times lens, and has the ability to focus at a very close distance. You can switch to your telephoto lens close-up with the P20 Pro also. However, your focusing distance is further away, so you don't quite get the same kind of close-up shot like you do with the P20. Both of these extraordinary cameras produce exceptional results, but the extra lens and the extra megapixels of the P20 Pro give it a slight edge over the P20. The pictures are sharper and more detailed, and the colours are more vibrant. But because of the innovative way that these two devices take pictures, they both are exceptional. So it really comes down to how serious of a photographer are you? We think the vast majority of people would be happy with both. They are both great devices. And we hope that this video has helped when it comes to deciding which one is right for you. Whatever phone you choose, you can find it at Direct Mobiles.